Thank you for joining and welcome. My name is Dr. Nancy Lohalo, and I will be presenting today our research on employment vulnerability in Sub-Saharan Africa, digital entrepreneurship as a tool for women's economic empowerment, co-written with Dr. Monique Bolly. In this study, we explore whether digitalization in the form of internet connectivity and ICT advancement could contribute to reducing vulnerable female employment in selected sub-Saharan African countries. Sub-Saharan Africa has the world's highest rate of female labor force participation, and high levels of women's participation in the labor market are an indication of what we can call quantity over quality, meaning that women are often compelled to engage in vulnerable employment, which means long working hours, low paid, informal, unstable, poor working condition, and so on. Also, Sub-Saharan Africa has the highest level of women involved in entrepreneurial activities. However, this entrepreneurship is too often out of necessity, and many women are forced entrepreneurs and working informally for survival purposes. Women leveraging the internet for entrepreneurial purposes have the potential to tackle many aspects of employment vulnerability by engaging in higher value activities. And digital entrepreneurship could be the key to unlocking the potential of women that is hindered by both visible and invisible restriction, given that it provides a new venue for business development, entrepreneurial skills, and so on. In this specific context, we ask a critical question. Can digitalization in the form of internet use and ICT development help women transition into more stable and better paying work? And specifically, we explore whether digital entrepreneurship can improve employment quality. Given the local context, vulnerable employment is often associated with women that are engaging in entrepreneurial activities, and we consider digital entrepreneurship as a viable instrument to tackle employment vulnerability. And our study makes significant contribution as existing literature has focused more on other aspects of digitalization and employment, specifically digitalization as a threat to traditional jobs. But limited studies that have described these gendered patterns of vulnerable employment, and less is known about employment vulnerability and digitalization. And it is also important to understand that vulnerable employment, which is defined as the share of own account workers and contributing family workers by the International Labour Organization, reflects these work conditions that are characterized by low productivity, low working hours, limited access to technology, and unstable low income. And that digital entrepreneurship implies the creation of new business ventures and the transformation of existing ones by novel ways of value creation. Internet-based business models, they support the foundation of digital entrepreneurship. Our analysis focuses on 6 low-income countries in Sub-Saharan Africa over the period of 2006-2017. And given the short time span annual data were adjusted to quarterly data to ensure a better performance, which gave a panel dataset of 288 observations. We applied a panel ARDL model with dynamic fixed effect to capture both short-term and long-term impact. This model allows us to see how digitalization affects women over time. The dependent variable in our study is the share of women in vulnerable employment, and our dependent variable include mobile penetration, internet penetration, and fixed broadband subscription. This model helps us understand how quickly women's employment adjusts when these new digital components become available and how sustainable these changes are over time. With the key findings, first with mobile technology, which is our first major finding. Mobile technology has a significant and a positive impact on reducing vulnerable female employment. A 1% increase in mobile penetration is associated with a reduction in vulnerable employment over long term, which makes sense because mobile phones, they provide affordable access to essential tools like mobile banking or informal trade like platforms such as WhatsApp and mobile markets. And these digital tools help women manage small businesses and generate income, offering a pathway out of vulnerability. And mobile technology penetration levels are approximately near 50% when we look at the mean value in the 6 countries. Now, internet penetration. Internet penetration has shown unexpected results. Instead of reducing vulnerability, higher internet use was associated with an increase in vulnerable employment. And the findings suggest that internet infrastructure alone is not enough. Slow internet growth, limited adoption rates, and low digital literacy prevent many women from effectively leveraging the internet for business opportunities. Also, without the right skill and resources, access to the internet may not immediately translate into better jobs. And finally, fixed broadband, we see no significant impact. Fixed broadband infrastructure remains highly expensive and underdeveloped in most of these countries, with less than 1% penetration. And with such a low level, the impact can only be minimal. Based on our findings, we recommend several policy actions. First, that policymakers should increase investment towards ICT infrastructure. It's highly significant in order for internet to have the desired impact. But they need to also bear in mind that the digital gender divide is a reality and that should be addressed early. Policymakers should also implement favorable laws for businesses to engage in digital entrepreneurship, such as consumer and producer protection. They should also invest in digital literacy, meaning that they should implement training programs specifically tailored for women. And finally, They should create a favorable environment and incentive in the name of financial support or anti-discriminatory laws based on gender in credit loans, amongst others. Thank you for watching this presentation, and if you have any questions or would like to discuss these findings, please leave a comment in the discussion forum. Thank you.